Greetings, Flesh Wound Horror freaks, and welcome to Flesh Wound Horror Live. I'm Flesh Wound Dan, joined by Producer Todd.
Good evening.
Pugs Dread.
Namaste. Howdy.
And Mike Kruger.
Welcome to prime time, bitch.
We got the full house today. It's always good to see.
Oh, and we got Pitt in the chat. Hello,
Hey, what's
Hey,
up?
Pitt.
What's up?
We miss you, brother.
We do miss you, Pitt. Hope you're doing well there in Norway. And a lot of shit's been happening. We actually have relevant news today. We've got Linda Cardellini officially Pamela Voorhees, the most bangable version yet of Pamela Voorhees, I would say.
I would say so too. Shit.
Yeah. Well, Betsy Palmer, hey, back in her day, Betsy was a good-looking lady, so I'm not going to hate on that.
I will disagree, but continue.
Kruger, come on.
No.
You would break those hips back in the day. Come on.
No.
Don't even lie, Kruger.
Short hair grosses me out, so her as Pamela Voorhees fucking did nothing.
She looks like too much like William Cat for me, so I'm good.
Damn. Great American hero, Todd. Come
You know
on.
what? You know what? She sucks because she hated that role so much and fucking shit all over it all the time, so fuck her.
You know what? But what about Tasso's hands? He never gets his due from the hairy knuckles in the headless scene at the end of the movie. Come
This is
on.
true.
This is
Tasso's
true.
knuckles are legend. Oh, hairy ass knuckles.
Pitt says, happy birthday, Quentin Tarantino. And he just
Oh,
he was
yeah.
in the middle of making a short. Right on, dude. Can't
That's
wait to see
tomorrow, but he's ahead of us.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah,
Just
Linda
did-
Cardellini is, I think, older than
that.
Betsy
J.G. Michael says
Palmer was at
49.
the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to look up, but yeah. People looked older then.
Yeah. I mean, I believe Linda Cardellini will be older, especially by the time they actually shoot this thing. which
She's
I-
older than all the Golden Girls at the beginning of shooting, so yeah, she's probably
That's
older.
insane.
I just always
I'm older than half of them at this point, probably.
I just find it funny how, like, what was it, 3 months ago or maybe 6 months ago, they were like, oh, it's canceled, blah, blah. No, like,
We're back.
I think. Wait, is there two of them though? Is one of them? I don't even remember how it was.
no, this is the same one. This
Okay.
is the A24 one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that, like, when we get it kind of mode with that.
I just think it's funny that, like, it's almost like wrestling journalism where, like, fucking people will be like, oh, these movies are canceled, blah, blah, blah. And then fucking next thing you know, new.
Oh, you muted yourself, Kruger,
Got it. Okay.
in the middle of an angry
Well,
rant.
well, someone else talk while he's fixing.
Well, I mean, I don't think it really fits the TV format all that well, but I'll be excited once it's here, like anything else.
Do I sound like Mickey Mouse?
No, you sound good.
No, you're Mickey free.
No, so the same thing happened with Saw, where somebody was talking about how Saw 11 was canceled. It was like a big article thing, blah, blah, blah. And then about 3 weeks later, Billy the Puppet's fucking Twitter goes like, no, it's still coming. Like, fuck off.
I believe the last thing I heard on that is that it is canceled, though.
Yeah, it's the Billy the Billy the Puppet thing was just that the game's never over. It wasn't like saying there was a sequel.
Oh, I mean, if you ask me, is Saw done forever? I'd say probably not.
But this incarnation,
That last one was good, though. Like, I don't understand.
Go out on top. The last
that's
one
what
was
I'm.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
their track record on their last. I see on their last two wasn't great.
Oh, no.
Well, while Kruger's yelling at that, I do have a surprise trailer for you.
Oh,
That Kruger won't care about. Thankfully, he's already censored. So Kruger, we're gonna watch a trailer.
I don't
while
want
you
to
yell at it. What? No. You.
Okay, I'll trust you. I'll trust you.
All right, because I don't even know anyone knows this thing came out. It dropped today. This is like hot off the presses trailer.
Do I sound okay now?
You
Yeah.
sound good.
I don't know what the fuck this piece of shit microphone is fucking doing to me today.
Well, here we go. The most and Pugs. I know this is in, and I know this is going to scare you when I say it. One of your most anticipated releases ever. So you're like, so I really don't want to watch the trailer. Trust me.
Okay.
The only order that exists in this world is the order we impose. If a man loses sight of that, he's got nothing.
Oh, that was right.
God bless the wicked. They continue to pay my bills. Some things in this life you can't get back, I reckon.
I understand now. The amount of shootouts in the fucking trailer alone.
The most anticipated
Haven't
release
anybody known neither one of us.
is Twilight Zone the movie.
Wow. Did you guys see the clip of his wife punking him out on fucking camera?
Yeah, and he looked like he was like, if there weren't cameras here, I would sock you one.
Wow.
So
It's
there you
pretty
go. Save the date. I'm assuming we'll have to review that one.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
The Crow 1888. Hell yeah.
You need to edit it, re-edit it, like make it look like a slasher movie with Alec Baldwin.
We could double it up with Twilight Zone the movie.
Oh,
A new series. Was it worth it? That's all.
I mean,
All right. Remember, these are just jokes. I didn't have the banner gimmick at the bottom, so
That's okay.
we didn't say anything inappropriate while I was playing.
I don't think we did. I think we're okay.
my
All right.
God.
Yeah, JG. As soon as I saw Alec Baldwin, I knew.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
JD
should have
Michael asked if any of us were reading Batman Absolute. I haven't started it yet. I'll probably wait till it's absolutely done. He was on the farce, I think. Continue. Sorry.
Reading? Is it a new
Yeah, it's
story?
a new comic.
Yeah, I think it's like
okay.
6 to 8 issues in. Yeah, I saw they just premiered Absolute Jokers, and it looks cool. So.
Oh, nice. We were kind of discussing like public domain when they can make like the public domain Batman and what they would or would not be.
Yeah,
able
we got to talk about that also because we have Batman Day coming up.
Hey,
Yeah.
by the way, Pugs, did you watch Joker's Wild? David Howard Thornton's Joker short?
Yeah, I did.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, it's pretty
Cool
fucking
shit,
badass, right?
Yeah.
Basically, you got to see Joker kill Robin. That's what the whole short is, but it's fucking badass.
Fuck
Very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And we got Screamboat Willie coming out pretty soon, or
Yeah.
Screamboat. So
Next Wednesday. So yeah, we got to talk about that schedule, and I don't know how we're gonna. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I need to check showtimes.
7:00 is the first one's on.
All right,
Wednesday.
fingers crossed. I'm getting it. If I don't get it, I'm gonna fucking flip out.
I don't know why you wouldn't. It's
Yeah, usually my fucking theaters are good at that. But
I think that one's going to be a little more wide too. So
yeah.
I would think, especially with him, my guess is you're going to be okay. Although I didn't get one of the movies we're reviewing tonight, Popeye the Slayer Man. I never saw that at least my close theaters.
yeah, my theater didn't have it either.
Yeah, that one must have been like super limited, I'm guessing. But
Which one?
Popeye the
Popeye.
Slayer Man, I did not have that.
I didn't see it at any theaters. I think it probably had a couple. I think there was one in LA. But like I wasn't going to like North Hollywood. Or it wasn't North Hollywood. It was the other one. Wherever we saw the dead, and I can't remember.
The
Todd,
Dead?
you have
The dead too.
Oh yes.
I went with Chris. I can't remember. It was
Oh, okay.
God, that was a long time ago.
Glendale, probably.
Shiver. JG Michael said Shiver Me Timbers is coming out too. Yeah, Shiver Me Timbers actually is the one that I'm most excited about.
Oh, interesting.
um
Any reason why over the
Just
other?
well, maybe we should talk about it after we talk about it.
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll talk after.
Yeah.
Because
Todd, are you doing your rant now, or is that? gonna be-
we can do my rant whenever. I mean, we can probably do that at the end. Are you talking about the PW rant?
the PW rant?
We'll save that for the end. Because
All right.
yeah. Well, we don't have any screeners tonight, so I'm not as worried. But we'll save it for the end.
Not get.
But
too-
I did want to say, because today about a little under an hour ago. 30 years ago, March 26, 1995, at 5:35 p.m., we lost the legendary Eric Eazy-E Wright, and the West Coast has not been as cool since. So, yeah, everything. I mean, he influenced like everything, like the way gangbangers dress comes from Eazy, like everything, like the coast, like it all grows from the NWA family tree. It all comes from Ruthless. Death Row, Master P, the way they built their labels, it's all goes down to Eazy's legacy, and it's unfortunate his legacy isn't as pushed or still out there like Tupac's, but Tamika. I know Rhythm D has a bunch of unreleased songs that, something needs to happen, but
before we get into it too, I got 2 shows this weekend coming up. I have a show at the Elfler Gym. It's on a army base. It's called Base Brawl. That's going to be Friday. I think I'm debuting with my new tag partner, which will be interesting. I think you guys are going to like him. He's very Brody Lee-esque. And then Saturday, I have King of the Mountain at Douglas High School in Douglas, Arizona. I don't know exactly what I'm doing there, but I'm just going to say you're going to want to see it.
Okay, Kruger.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
Both shows are for Thunder Mountain Wrestling. And also, the Saturday show, we have a meet and greet with Vampiro, who is on the show as well. So, fucking, if you're in the Arizona area, you got 2 banger shows coming up for you. And then also today, I was just announced officially for Arizona Deathmatch Company's Death in the Desert tournament in October 18th. Right now, so far, Abdullah Kobayashi, JD Horror, and Michael Kruger have been announced. It's an 8-man deathmatch tournament, Phoenix's first ever deathmatch tournament ever. So this is going to be a big deal for me, considering this is my home state, and this will be the first time I am wrestling a deathmatch in my home state. So I don't know who I'm working at, but we'll see.
Hell yeah, that's gonna be
fuck him up, Kruger. Fuck him up.
Yeah,
I'll be chanting that shit the entire night.
I'm manifesting me versus Abdullah Kobayashi right now because that is my dream match, like literally my fucking dream match. If I get that, I couldn't be happier. But at the same time, I know some of the names that haven't been announced yet. It's going to be a banger tournament. Tickets are on sale. If you go on my wrestling Instagram at Michael Kruger Live 666. In my links, you can go click that and get your tickets to it now. So
sweet. I don't know if he's in the chat yet tonight, but we do have a promo code, retrocryptco.com, where you can get all sorts of awesome horror merchandise. And I'm going to drop that link in the chat. And if you want right now, you can enter the promo code, which Todd has. There you go. Flesh Wound 13 for 13% off your first order. So do that. That is Slasher Home Video.
And if you're just listening, it's Flesh Wound, one word, 13. No space. No space.
Sorry. Yes. There you go. Flesh
Dan
Wound.
doesn't care about our listeners, obviously.
That's the only thing he used to care about.
I know we still have some audio listeners too, so my bad.
No, yeah. All right. Thank you, Pugs, for making sure everyone
beautiful faces on YouTube is all I'm saying.
And there's I'll have to add that to the thing so I can have them both pop up. There we go.
There you go. Yeah. Support Chris. He is awesome. And there's a lot of good stuff there. So help support a small business and an awesome guy. All right. With that being said, we good for our first movie of the evening?
Yeah, we can jump right into our very first movie of the evening.
Our very first movie of the evening is from director David Urofsky, and it is Locked. And in Locked, A desperate thief breaks into a luxury SUV and realizes that he has slipped into a sophisticated game of psychological horror as he's locked in for the ride of his life. So a little bit of background on this movie. Of course, it stars Bill Skarsgård as our thief and Anthony Hopkins as the architect of this vehicle of death. Believe it or not, this movie has already been remade 3 times. It's a remake of a 2019 Argentinian slash Brazilian, I believe, film called 4x4, and it has also had an Indian remake and another Brazilian remake. So this is actually number 4 as far as this story is concerned. And all right, so I gotta say, Anthony Hopkins, 87 years old, and that dude is still killing it. Terrifying, just intimidating dude. He should have starred in The Fucking Cleaner if you didn't.
I'm shocked you don't think you can beat him up at this point, because I'm pretty sure I could whoop Anthony Hopkins' ass, and I'm not delusional like Dan.
I'm pretty sure he would like bite like a nose or an ear off.
See, okay.
He's
I wasn't,
but Dan could be Clint Eastwood still. So.
Yeah, crazy person.
Well, he's like 10
not
years
chubby ass old ass Anthony Hopkins. Okay,
old. He's got some padding, Todd. He
just
can
because
take.
you got a lecture hard on doesn't mean you can't take him now, Dan.
Just throw him some gummy bears and hit him in the face.
There you go. So yeah, this is another movie. I mean, pretty not too easy to figure out where the story is going to go at the end of the day, but what an entertaining ride. It's another one that's tight, no wasted moments on screen. 2 great actors battling wits. It's I don't want to say it's deep necessarily, but there is a lot of like back and forth debate about morality. Dostoevsky's Crime and Punishment is kind of a theme between the two. Lots of action, and you kind of feel, well, I don't want to give away too much, but you kind of relate to both characters in certain ways. You feel
I
really
didn't feel bad for Machine Gun Bubba. No.
the bro?
Yeah.
Bro?
You didn't feel bad for
guy?
Skarsgård?
No.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to interrupt your review. Go for it.
yeah, I mean, I get it. There's some debate back and forth, I guess, on political ideology and different things. I mean, it doesn't beat you over the head with anything. It's just fun battle of wits between these 2 people, and I liked it. If you're claustrophobic, you might have some issues with this. He's pretty much in the car for 95% of the movie, so they keep things interesting, and it's a couple little logic things if you want to dig deep into it, but overall, it was a fun ride, no pun intended. I really thought this movie was kick-ass. How about you guys?
Well, I now really want to see the original, which was 4x4 is the first one?
4x4, and then there were 2 other remakes that I don't know a whole lot about.
Okay, well, I want to see that to compare. But yeah, these guys acted their balls off. I can't complain there. Was it worth leaving my house? No. I would have much rather seen this at home. But is it good? Yeah, it's very good. I do like Skarsgård. He's my favorite fucking Pennywise. Anyway.
You just didn't like the character.
Yeah, but I didn't feel bad for the character. He made bad choices. You have to deal with it. So and then this is where we end up. I loved Anthony Hopkins. I didn't find him as intimidating as you sold it, but okay.
That was one of my issues with it. Like,
yeah, he's not scary. He's just like
your own piss. I mean,
he didn't force anything. That was in his car, and he didn't force shit. Anyway, but I loved Anthony. He was cool, not scary, but he's not someone you want to fuck with. But he's jolly about it, and that's the part I enjoyed. So when you came off like, oh yeah, he's intimidating, like, Nah.
Well,
But
he's got you by the balls in this situation. He doesn't have to be
Sure.
physically intimidating.
Well, but still, like I thought, like when you say that, he's like, oh, he went full Lecter. He did not. He was just a grandpa that had enough of somebody's shit with nothing to lose, which is great.
There's one point, I'm not sure if it's where he hits the brakes and makes him like break his nose. He's just like, haha, maybe I am a psychopath. Just the way he delivered.
that was cool. That's not scary to me. It's just crazy. But no, the runtime.
I don't feel bad for you at all.
The other cast members that we come across, like in the garage, they did a great job because I did not like them. Yeah, it's a good movie. It just I wish I would have waited, or I wish it would have been streaming instead of me leaving my house for it.
It requires a lot of suspension of disbelief too.
Sure,
there's a lot. It's not the most believable story at all. Not saying that I didn't enjoy it and have a good time with it, but
you don't believe a rich guy could have created a car like this? I mean,
yeah, but I also believe this is a highly unbelievable situation because it doesn't happen. So whatever. What's the plot without giving it away? Anthony Hopkins locks a guy in a car and does weird shit to him.
The guy was trying to steal his car or steal things in his car.
It's a trap that he left, and it's implied that he's not the first time he's done it.
Which, if they do prequels, I am in. I'm interested in Anthony Hopkins.
Like I said, I just didn't get the same thing Dan did out of it. Yeah. I do think it was an interesting choice to go the opposite way of Snow White and recast the guy White, but whatever.
Would you have preferred? Would you have preferred if it was John Lithgow?
Yes, I even
I'd like to see that version.
I think he's a bit more intimidating than that.
Than Anthony Hopkins? Absolutely.
All this hatred for Anthony.
There is not hatred.
How old is he?
I'm not getting any hatred towards Anthony Hopkins. That Sir Anthony Hopkins, by the way, is a fucking god among men. Love that man. You sold it like he was a fucking like mustache super fucking bad guy, and it's like, no, he's just smart.
If this was a woman who was probably at the exact same strength at this point, Dan would have been crying the whole time.
Bullshit artist.
He totally would.
He's got you locked in a car.
Sally Field is now in the
Sally Field, I'm sure, could be an evil C word in this scenario. That would be.
You can't say cunt.
Oh, he doesn't want to disrespect Sally Field. I don't think he has a problem with the word cunt. Right?
Sally Field could she's probably got that like really evil.
Well, see, I wasn't going an old woman. I was just going a woman.
Yeah, but this is all mental. This is not like, it's not like he's like
women hard enough to do it. Is that what you're saying, Dan?
I didn't say that. I said a woman could just.
I wish it was Fish Eyes in the lead now.
You know what? Can you imagine being locked in a car and having to listen to Rachel Zegler? That would be the most horrifying movie of all time, Todd. They just play
kind of hard to talk with something in your mouth, but okay.
I just want Bill Skarsgård. Let me out of this car, you fish-eyed bitch.
Yeah, but that was the one thing. It felt like he just walked over from The Crow and started Locked. I was like, all right, this is.
Yeah, that might have been the issue.
I think that
I put a pink sweater on and left.
Yeah.
Similar-ish character. I respect Bill Skarsgård, though.
Yeah, he's the fucking man.
And RoboGoth could have definitely took out old ass Anthony Hopkins. 90-year-old man.
You're not in any. This is the weird thing. Did you watch the movie? There's no point, not giving too much away, that you're like you can just snap the bastard's neck or something.
I understand that.
Well, so he's an evil genius. It doesn't matter how old you are. He's intimidating. He's a psychopath that has you by the balls. There's nothing you can do in a supercar. Come on, Todd.
Man, JG Michael says, man, Dan really hates Ziegler. I have to watch those interviews that set him off.
I actually am just leaning into it now. I don't know.
No, I don't know. Well,
it's heartfelt.
Yeah.
But anyway, Anthony Hopkins rules. Bill Skarsgård's great. This movie's okay.
Yeah, that was my only thing. I didn't think he was a believer. Like, genius or not, I'm not afraid of the old ass man.
Okay. Well, I hope you never get locked in a supercar like this in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also Glenn Powell was initially in the lead role for this movie.
Oh, instead of Skarsgård?
Instead of Skarsgård, yeah, he dropped out. Scheduling or something.
How come they only went for white guys? That was the one thing that like threw me off. Like
They probably don't want to put a darker person as a criminal stealing a car.
Yeah,
Because of
he should have.
Karens. Oh, I get more believable.
Did he hate her in Y2K? No, but that was before the interviews.
No, it wasn't. Those interviews were out there long before Y2K came out.
Well, I see. This is what I don't get. The middle-aged old white guy's so obsessed with this fucking.
Oh, damn, Todd. People know I'm white. I can't help it, Todd.
I'm not saying just you. All of them in general. If I took a screen cap for every one of the hate fucking comments, they all look like Dan and his buddies.
They don't look like me.
You take the hoods off, they do. Or you put the hoods on, you all look alike.
Damn.
Okay, but this has nothing to do with Locked at this point. We're back.
No.
I did enjoy the film, even if I'm giving Dan shit. It was fun. I do think you have to suspend your disbelief to have a good time, but that's okay.
So I was smart not to go see it in theaters.
I think you would have enjoyed it enough, but
I think
director of Brightburn, by the way.
Yeah.
I meant to bring that up.
I do love that motherfucker, and I do love Bill
Brightburn's
Skarsgård and
better.
Anthony Hopkins.
yeah, I think you'd have a good time though.
I think this is an entertaining night at the movies. I really do.
Can we get
Fun movie.
Skarsgård to be old man Brightburn or older Brightburn? Let's get it,
Dude.
fucking own it.
Him and Super's fucking versus movie. Let's.
That's what I was. That's the
go.
first thing to get Dwight on the phone.
Yeah, I'm into this.
Can we have
All right.
Anthony Hopkins as his dad, though? I'm gonna just push Anthony Hopkins on everything.
I love Anthony. Go ahead.
Brightburn's dad died, so
There you
Grandpa.
go. He's perfect for the role, then.
His grandpa.
If he dies tomorrow, I'm gonna feel like an asshole.
Yeah, don't do that.
You are, and I'm gonna make.
Sorry,
I'm never
sir,
gonna let
Anthony
it go.
Hopkins. I'm giving Dan more heat just because it's Dan.
Never gonna let it go. But anyways,
We know.
what do you rate it?
What do I rate it?
What do you rate it?
I'm a 3.5. I had a good time with it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a good rating, Todd.
I
Hey,
did
it's a
say
good
I
movie.
enjoyed it. I just said you have to suspend your disbelief to think this old feeble man can pull this bullshit off and somehow have created a supercar that no one can get out of and is bulletproof. So yeah,
I'm
kind
sure
of have to
he
suspend
had
my
people-
disbelief.
I don't think he was sitting there like building the car the whole
Right,
time.
that's yeah.
I'm sure he had people that were building the car for him, and he had all the plans. I don't know why you have to hate on old people.
I'm
Todd. Old
going to
people are
give this
still very
movie
capable.
a 3 out of 5. Had I seen it at home, I'd bump it up to a half. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, and this is one I don't even think Dan can argue there's anything in here that needs to be seen on the biggest screen possible.
Well,
I'm not saying don't go support it, but I don't feel like this has anything that you're going to lose watching it at home.
I still think most movies are worth.
Okay,
seeing.
Dan, that's not the argument I'm having, Dan.
What?
I'm saying there's nothing in here visually spectacular.
We're gonna get back to the special
can't
effects
separate
that argument again, which I
The what?
don't want to do.
That's not what we're talking about. But anyway, go ahead, Dan.
4 stars. Go see it in the theater.
There you go.
Way better than Snow White.
Unnecessary comment.
Again, you further prove my point. Another-
Oh, now he's
It'll
not
make
nervous.
more money than Snow White too.
You mean the number one movie in America? The third
How much did it
highest
make?
grossing movie of the year? That
Really?
movie?
That only lost
Hate
$300
watching?
million.
Yeah. No, it's not even hate. It's just that's how shitty the industry is right now.
It is. Go see Locked.
The
And let's
only
bring
two
it back.
movies above Snow White that have made more money this year are Paddington in Peru and Just One of Them Days. That's it.
I haven't seen either one of those yet.
I definitely recommend Female Friday. It is a good time.
One of them days, yeah. Kind of a sleeper hit this year.
All
There we go.
right. Well, there we go.
Locked. So moving on to our next review.
And before you do this, since it's Popeye, I'm going to say this. I've been like trying to figure something out. I think the 1980 film Popeye might be my first theatrical film. I've always said
really?
it's Star Wars, and I remember that very specifically because my dad took me and we were late, so I missed the opening crawl, and we got there as they were walking down, the when they're entering the ship.
Mhm.
So I just missed opening crawl. But what I was curious, I was like, I looked up the release date for the first re-release of when it came out, and I thought it was before Empire Strikes Back. The release of that wasn't till 81 before the re-release of Empire. So that means Popeye, which I saw an initial run, came out in 1980, December. I think I saw that by like 3 months ahead of it.
Oh, nice.
So because I had to do some Googling and all that, and I think Popeye is my first theatrical film.
And the sets are still standing, right?
Yeah, yes, they are still standing, and I forget the name of the country they're at. But yeah, so I've always said it's Star, but I think it's Popeye now. So just that explains my love of Popeye.
That would add more to your love, yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, let's see if this continues your love of Popeye. Popeye the Slayer Man from director Robert Michael Ryan. And in this film, a curious group of friends sneak into an abandoned spinach canning factory to investigate the legend of the Sailor Man, who is said to haunt the factory and the local docks. First thing before I tag you guys in, I love the little touch of Anchor Bay being the factory name. I thought that was actually really funny. But hot tag, whoever wants to talk Popeye first.
I'll go
Before
first.
you do that,
Oh, go ahead.
Pitt said Snow White made less Spermageddon opening than Weekend here in Norway. What is Spermageddon? And let's watch this shit.
What the fuck is Spermageddon? Well, so
Is that what the white stand is about? Like,
huh?
Cum joke that everybody knows sold. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
anyways, so I was excited for this one because I really particularly love the look of Popeye when I saw the trailer. But one of my issues is that it just looks too much like a mask throughout the whole movie, and they don't hide it very well. There's certain shots where like he looks great and his silhouette looks great, but I feel like they should have did that throughout the movie. Now there is some solid gore, but it's more aftermath gore than anything. You don't get a ton of like Terrifier, level fucking effects. You get like more, it happens, and then you see the person's severed head or the person's, wrist bleeding, whatever. But I still had a decent time with it. I think my biggest issue is the characters, and just like anytime, like this is 100% a movie where I'm just waiting for Popeye to come back on screen, and he's unfortunately not on screen enough for me to completely sell this as the best Popeye movie so far. I thought the last one that we had, what was it, Popeye's Revenge?
Yeah.
I thought that they did a very good job of having characters that just I felt okay, I could be around them and not have to worry about fucking it just dragging ass the whole time. This movie I felt like drags ass. Now it does have some good gore, some good kills and stuff, but also the ending I just found very disappointing. I wish he would have used the anchor a lot more like Popeye did in the last movie. And it's hard not to compare the two because they've just came out so recently, but I definitely had a better time with the other one. But this one still, I think is okay. Just not at the level I want. And I'm more excited about Shiver Me Timbers than anything, because I'm hoping that knocks the other two out of the water. Now, I would say this is a okay one-time watch, but maybe when it comes to streaming somewhere, I don't think paying I think it's something crazy like $12 to fucking rent it or something like that.
I know it's $6 to rent, $12.99 to purchase. So.
Okay, so yeah, so I don't think it's necessarily worth that just yet. This is totally one that comes to streaming and you could pop on, maybe have a good time with it. But also, if you're not one of those people that can deal with bad acting, then this is not going to be a movie for you because the acting is fucking pretty horrific at times.
I think Ben nails it right here. I agree. Last one was a better slasher. More gore, hotter girls, nudity, better costumes, signature weapon.
Yep.
All those things are the reason why I did enjoy this one, but I do prefer Popeye's Revenge also. I think the handful of titty, I mean, won me over. Let's be real. I mean, unless they at least did that on par, but we didn't even get titties. Overall, I did still have a good time with it. I thought it was cool to see Popeye look like Popeye, like so much. And they did explain the look, and I like that we incorporated the spinach in this one.
The radiated spinach. That's pretty
Remember
cool.
my complaint for the last one? Where's the spinach?
So they totally did it, and they folded it into the story. I mean, the twist was a little obvious, but I was cool with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, overall, I did like it, and I did think it was a good watch. I think if I would have watched this before Popeye's Revenge, I would have. It probably would have got a higher rating. I probably would have liked it a lot more because, again, like I said, I brought up the Popeye thing earlier. I do love this character.
Me too.
So I did still like this one. I do agree with Kruger. Check it out on streaming. You may not want to spend the $6. I don't regret it, but again, Popeye.
I'm disappointed because surprise, I am in this movie. I was a body double for Popeye. My arms look just like that after the fappening leaks for Paige, and they just photos.
Yeah, you're
I was waiting for it to get funny, but I knew it was coming.
It was very funny.
You just fucking, dude, you just ate shit so hard, brother.
That was as funny as believable as Anthony Hopkins was.
I did laugh. More at you than with you, but yeah, they got there.
Holy fuck, brother!
That's believable. I believe you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm actually.
Anyway, we all know you make your
Victoria hit. Like it was probably bigger than.
All right, shut up. She may have to work shows with me fucking soon. She just got released by AEW, so
yeah, she's also trying to get the WWE job.
She's going back. Yeah,
I don't give a shit.
I don't know. She's been around here on the last few weekends. Pugs, you're gonna come back.
I need to fucking go get her.
Kruger, are you going to be an Eskimo?
Get her autograph.
No.
Pugs is Pugs. Just letting in Soraya. Just so you know, Pugs. He's a very highly recommended cameraman. So if you need any work,
I got you. I fucking got you. I'm a pro.
God damn you guys.
I'm sorry.
We should probably get back to Popeye.
Who is next? Sorry.
I'll go. I really enjoyed the look of this Popeye. It reminded me of Maniac Cop, just a cartoon brought to life. So, like, for me, I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And then it didn't give me exactly what I want throughout the whole thing, but they touched on the spinach. We got other Popeye characters that I was so excited to see. So that was awesome. I liked the gore. Like, there's a head popping that was pretty cool. They love that one thing I won't give away.
They went to the head popping too much though. They did it 3 times.
I thought it was the wrist thing too. I was like, we got it. You can do this. Anyway, I do think the characters were better looking in the other movie, but I was enjoying the filmmaking process of this one. And can someone explain to me why the fuck Popeye is always a goddamn legend or ghost? Like, I want an actual movie where Popeye is just in Popeye's world fucking people up. But
yeah, well,
here nor there. But overall it's fine. I think it's worth $6. I think it's worth owning.
You know what? Now that you said that, like a Popeye, like that's just like in the middle of nowhere, fucking on a boat, like fucking.
Does that man lost his mind?
Yeah. Like a fucking maybe he got like some sickness from like the ocean. Now we could turn into Lovecraftian Popeye.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Popeye versus Cthulhu would be pretty awesome.
That would be amazing.
I like both.
Okay, no, go ahead.
Sorry.
I'll come back to it.
I like both movies a lot. One thing that I think this does better, I like the look of Popeye more. I thought he looked good in the Popeye's Revenge, but I think here just the forearms and
it looks a lot better for sure.
He looks like a Dick Tracy villain.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I really liked the design. I thought he was intimidating. He looked like a fucking beast, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. I also like the story a little bit better here without giving too much away, but incorporating the spinach and some of the plot developments I think I preferred in this one. the Popeye movies have been entertaining as hell so far. They're off to a better start than we got with
Mickey.
Mickey's Mousetrap for sure.
Though there's been a couple after that I've enjoyed.
Yeah,
Now,
those last couple were okay.
Oh yeah, no, we enjoyed later, but those got off to a bad start with Mousetrap.
That first one, yeah.
But I thought this movie was very gory. There was intestines being ripped out. That scene where he reaches through the door and kind of scalps the girl, I thought was really cool. They repeat a couple gags with the wrists and everything, but I liked his one-liners. I am what I am.
That made me pop so fucking hard.
Yeah.
Some callbacks to the actual Popeye I liked a lot. I mean, I get what you're saying. I might favor Popeye's Revenge overall. You know, you had the hot chicks, the titties, and maybe utilized the anchor a little bit more in that. But I think they're both really good. I think they're fun for what they are. And obviously these movies are not for everybody, but I think they've done a good job with Popeye so far. They haven't made a bad movie. I love the little Anchor Bay shout out. And I mean, we do get an anchor kill in here. Anchors away, like he drops the funny one-liner there. I don't know. I'm a little closer with these two. I'd say they're on par.
The Anchor Bay shout out. What do you mean, Dan?
Anchor Bay was the factory name.
Do you know why that is?
I do not. I'm not the Popeye expert, so it's nothing to do with the Anchor Bay company.
That's where my brain went too.
Okay, well, I'll tell you. This is actually funny because this is what I brought up. Because I was going to say earlier that they should shoot at the actual Sweet Haven from Popeye. Someone should go shoot a Popeye movie there in the actual sets, which is still a thing, and it's located in Pregat Bay and Anchor Bay.
Pitt, you still here?
That's where it comes from. It comes from where the actual village is located, is Anchor Bay. That's what it is. The village is in, I can't even say it. Malalta. Yeah, that's the country it's in. Malalta.
We need a Norwegian Popeye movie. Pitt.
I'm saying, Pitt, he's still here. It's public domain after you're short. Or put it on the docket.
But yeah, so that's the actual reference. It is from the actual village. The one that they shot the 1980 Popeye. The bay it's located in.
Okay.
But
very cool.
Make Wimpy a cannibal, Pitt, please.
Makes total sense.
When are we going to get Bluto? I guess that's
when they cast me.
Pitt.
So, I thought I was talking to you guys. We were I had a discussion with a few friends last night, and we were going over like the list of when things become public domain, and I guess Bluto's technically a little bit later.
It's 95 years.
Yeah, see though, that's there. It's not.
Was he in the first
stuff? But
episode or
I guess he wasn't because it's
No,
coming
he's
up very soon.
Well, because then you also have Bluto and then you have Pluto, and I don't know which one's first.
There's I wish this wasn't on a stream, so I can't go back, but it was interesting seeing how soon we're 10 to 15 years, I can't think exactly, to where they can use Mickey Mouse as we know Mickey Mouse. Like they can just take the image that we have right now, which is going to be awesome, because I'm telling you right now, we are doing Rape Revenge Mickey Mouse.
Oh wow, you said it. You said it on a regular non-Patreon show. You son of a bitch.
That's okay.
It's 2025 now.
It's only okay when you do it, motherfucker.
He said school shooter the other day, and I was like, "What?"
But Loki, which is what you said.
We're gonna make it happen.
I said it because didn't I describe a movie?
No. You called him out because I was gonna let it go.
No.
We need to make this happen. We need to shoot it so we can drop it like at midnight the second he goes into public.
We need to rate this fucking movie as well.
Yeah,
we do.
Ben's asking, has there been a Wimpy? What about the hamburger guy, JG? Yeah, we haven't had a Wimpy yet. I thought we were going to get him in this one.
I think he's fair game.
It's he's acknowledged in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah,
at the bar.
See, that's what I was thinking, but is he ever actually referred
They
to?
didn't call him that, but remember what he said?
No, I did. Like, yeah, they're walking the line on that one.
Yeah. But that's the one that made me pop. It's like, yes, finally. Could have been a little fatter, but okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, like some of these public domain movies, overall, I think they've been more hit than miss. Again, not for everybody. I get it.
Well,
some people see this and they're just not going to give it the time of day. But
both those Blood and Honeys are way better than they had any right to be. Like, and I'm just kind of glad that it kind of kickstarted all this shit. But I have high hopes for Screamboat. I think Screamboat's going to probably be the best one. I'm just going out on a limb and saying it. Granted, the meme one kind of sucks, but like,
yeah.
I have higher hopes because now they have more money. The team has more money. It's still the same Terrifier team. So I have high hopes for Screamboat. So let's rate this bitch.
All right. What say you, Kruger?
I am a 2.5.
Oh, okay.
Pugs?
I am a 4 out of 5, just like the last one.
I get, for what it is, 4 out of 5. It's an entertaining slasher. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
As I said, I still think the other one's better. And I think, did I give that one a 5 or a 4.5? I don't even remember.
You gave it a 5 because a handful of titty.
That's what it was. Thank you. So this one's a 4 for me also. It would have got the 5 for the handful.
Just a bump.
But yeah, like I said, the other one's better.
Good Popeye lore in this, though. Too.
Yeah, I do see it, and I think it was.
I don't want any more ghosts.
I don't want any
I want the Popeye the Slayer Man fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. There you go.
Like
I don't want to get into spoilers here, but
I'm with JG on this one. I didn't dislike the mean one either.
I didn't think it was awful. I
like the Christmas tree or the Killing Tree, whatever it was called.
That movie's
great.
No, that movie fucking sucks.
I loved Killing Tree.
Watch along this Christmas.
No,
we're gonna.
I'll be sick.
Killing Tree needs.
Okay, Dad.
Universe.
With this Halloween bullshit and computer trouble. All right, what do we have up next?
Yeah, what we got?
All right. One
we have an early review coming up because this one is the VOD next month.
An interesting production history, from what I understand, and that is Big Freaking Rat from writer-director Thomas J. Churchill. And in this film, Ranger Brody, with the help of his nephew and niece Dylan and Naomi, is preparing to fight preparing to open the brand new campground for the season. Everything is in order, and the camp seems peaceful until a giant rat, mutated from multiple dumpings of toxic waste, begins killing the campers and rangers. So this movie, it's officially coming out now. It did screen back in 2020 different places. In fact, there are some reviews, I guess, from festivals or whatever.
2020. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute. And
I'll tell you the secret. You can actually watch it on Canadian Tubi right now.
There you go.
Apparently for quite a while. But Lionsgate has picked it up for the US, and Joe Castro's actually kind of tipped me off that he was there the whole time and has tons of behind the scenes stuff. So we may try to get him on. There's actually a little bit of controversy about it too, a little bit of drama going on also.
So I'm not like totally aware of the drama. I don't know if
we'll talk about that after the movie, just a little bit, because I'm going to have Joe on, and we'll just eventually, hopefully, and we'll talk. But I'll give you the little bit I do know. After
all right, awesome. So I'll get the good first. Practical effects. This is not a CGI rat, so I always love seeing that. We get some, again, doing it right. Proper B movie. We're taking a shot and doing a practical rat. This is obviously horror comedy. I did really like the mobsters that are incorporated into this, and Dave Sheridan as the exterminator. I thought was really cool. It's another movie that Dave Sheridan was in with his girlfriend, Felissa Rose. I don't know if this would be the one they met on, or no, I guess because they were in Victor Crowley together, so I guess they would have maybe a while ago. But Always good to see Dave Sheridan. He's very funny. There's a lot of humor back and forth with the rat with the mobsters that I thought was cool. Nothing that you haven't seen before necessarily, but I really do appreciate it when it's like a practical creature like that and not just CGI blood spray all over the place. And this doesn't do that at all. Vincent Ward from The Walking Dead pops up as one of the Rangers. Always great seeing him. And I'd say for the most part, this was a fun ride. It didn't blow my mind, but I thought the characters were likable and I had fun with it. How about you guys?
Well, the practical effects kept me from completely hating it, but I'm not big on this movie at all. It was kind of just a slog to get through. I was waiting for more rad effects, and the rad effects that are there are fine, but the acting, I think, especially, it's like SRS cinema style almost at times, where it's kind of rough. I didn't have a great time with it, but I do appreciate the fact that they made a practical rat and it wasn't just some sci-fi CGI bullshit.
Okay.
Ben Grimm says this feels like a fun cousin of early sci-fi movies. I'm gonna co-sign that because that's the vibe I got.
Yeah,
the sci-fi.
Double it up with like a skeeter or mosquito.
Yeah, because it's fun. I had a blast watching it. But like you can see the seams, and I don't really care. But I loved the cast; they were all cool. Everyone was cool. It's just felt old school. So I don't know if I was.
Well,
really
it's been on the shelf for 5 years.
That is very true.
I wouldn't say much has changed with B movies in that time. So this goes further back.
The rat looks cool. I wish we got more of it or them.
We get a decent bit, I think. I mean,
we could use a little more with a movie called Big Freaking Rat. But the cast was likable, so it's like I'm not complaining. I'm just like, oh, I wish we had more. So yeah, it's cool. By all means, check it out on VOD when it comes out, or if you have Canadian Tubi, don't wait.
There you go.
Yeah, it's also on Fossum, I believe, in Canada. I don't know what other countries. I just know they're both available in Canada, like overseas. Well, not even overseas. Over there.
You know what it could have used though? Some big freaking titties, but we don't get that.
Well, tell Thomas Church.
Yes.
Instead of that, we got the owner of Dark Delicacies. So
yeah,
Del Howison. Yes.
I'm with you. I had a good time with it. I know one of the biggest complaints is the rats got like a minute of screen time.
Is that what it is? A minute?
It was more than that.
Well, that's what I don't know if that's the exact figures, but I know people.
Mm.
But honestly, and some of the stuff, I think we'll just wait till we can get Joe on, because the stuff that I saw previously that he posted disappeared. So I don't want to open anything if they're, you know what I mean. So, but I know there was some issues.
Oh, okay. Curious.
All right.
Well, it disappeared, so I can't read it. So
Yeah, don't do it.
I don't want to paraphrase and get anything wrong. But yeah, Joe already had like commented that it was the whole thing. So we'll get him on.
Get him on.
It's been a while. Has he been on since we've done video? I can't even.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had him.
Okay, I couldn't.
At least
before
maybe
Terry.
twice.
Yeah.
Well, I know we had him a couple times in the audio, but we did have him for Terry.
Yeah. We'll have to touch base with them again. It's been a minute.
Dan, you could have just said that instead of just typing it out. Felissa has an epic dumper on her.
Fuck yeah. If you ever see her to convince, well, Pugs brought it up. I was just typing.
I know. Dan, I'm
We had
surprised.
some fucking balls, dude.
Dan normally goes on about how well hung she is, so that's a nice to see him.
If you've seen Sleepaway Camp, sir, she is not well hung.
That was a child.
Jeez, Dan, make it weird. It feels like you should be on 7-7.
Jesus Christ. Fucked up, God. Oh, shit.
All
I didn't
right,
get to watch
All right.
anything else to say? I think it's worth checking out if you got Canadian Tubi.
Yes, and I have met her at many cons. God damn, I've probably seen Felissa Rose.
Have you told her she has a nice dumper, Dan?
I have not.
Well,
Pussy.
I don't want to get my ass beat by Officer Doofy.
that would be the funniest shit ever.
You will
George,
get the
to
most
watch
numbers,
fucking-
Dan.
You should want to get your ass
You
beat
should
by
go
Officer
grab her
Doofy.
ass right in front of him while he's in the Doofy costume. Make sure you got fucking
He's
Slasher or someone with the phone.
Hey,
they
I'm
can
cleaning
feel
my
you getting
room.
Beat
Mm.
ass. Well, I hope he beats you with the fucking shot back too. That would be
I would take the ass beating
Go
from the
Ty
Officer
Kruger.
Doofy happily.
Road rock.
That would be
killed-
the funniest fucking thing ever.
right.
You just discovered how to beat Kruger in a match. You just make that joke and then roll him up. Yes, fuck yeah.
God.
I will fight Officer
That
Doofy.
might be the ultimate distraction if Dan came out dressed as Doofy with the fucking shot back dragging behind him.
Yeah, with it on his dick and everything. He's just walking out. That's an XBW spot for sure.
Fuck yeah. Todd, you need to book a battle royal. I'll do it. I'll come out as Officer Doofy.
All right, well,
But you have to have the shot vac on your wiener.
yeah, that's behind your cock.
If for
We'll make it-
And you have to
XPW,
like swing it around and shit, like in the match.
can I do a Terry Funk spot with
Yeah,
them?
with
Hell yeah, you can.
I want him to do it be for Dan. It's the Bianca Belair spot.
Oh fuck hell! All right, let's rate this fucking thing
Okay.
I
before we
will
go into
do it.
more
Officer
depravity.
Doofy dick spot if you book that.
All right. Anyone else have anything on big freaking rap before we rate it?
No,
No.
All right,
I will. Oh, sorry.
I could go for it, Dan.
I will give this one 3 stars. Could have used some big freaking titties though.
Yeah, I'm a 3 stars on this one too. It's a good throwback to a sci-fi, style creature feature. So if you've been starving for that, definitely check it out.
Well, ladies, looks like we're syncing up a little bit because I'm 3 out of 5 too.
well, I'm half of that. I'm 1.5 out of 5.
There you go.
All right.
All right. What do we got next? All right.
All right. Up next.
Oh, my
Sorry.
sleeping aid.
Holy shit, dude!
Wow.
This movie doesn't even deserve a description. God damn.
Oh,
I might be alone.
Dan
here.
was like, "Oh, Dan, just
you
read it so we
would.
can get
You
it." over with.
would.
all right. Well, I don't know about that. All right. Well, I'll get into it. All right. So from writer director Morley Nelson, we have Uncontained. In this film, currently streaming on Screambox, a mysterious drifter struggles to protect an abandoned boy and his little sister from an infection that turns people into a feral-like state. So I didn't think this was as awful as you guys seem to think it is. I thought it's very, very been there, done that 20,000 times. It's a, pretty typical zombie infection story.
Cool.
I liked the lead. I thought he was very good. Could have used a little more sense of danger. We spend a lot of time in the house where it doesn't really feel like it's like a reinforced house. When it felt like we could have had a little more danger lurking.
Felt isolated.
Needed Anthony Hopkins physically imposing.
Fuck yeah. You needed him on the outside, like staring at him. It doesn't really do anything wrong. Like I have nothing to point at that I thought like, oh man, that was shitty. I thought the actors were pretty good. It's a good looking movie. I don't know exactly where they shot it, but you could do worse as far
But
as
the problem is you can do a lot better.
absolutely.
This is just
so
average, forgettable. I don't care about it. As soon as it was done, I've already forgotten how it exists, and that's all I can say about it.
Yeah.
Like I don't care anything about it. I'll never watch it again. Probably never think about it again once this review's done. It's just forgettable, bland, and no one does anything wrong, but no one does anything spectacular, so I don't care.
I don't disagree. It's definitely a one and done watch, but
Well, I fucking hated it. I fucking could not stand just by the numbers zombie movies. In order for it to be in the zombie genre, I need something fucking there. I need something different, something that's interesting. This was none of fucking that. Thought the acting wasn't fucking really on par. I did not care for any of the fucking characters or the story. It was a slog to get through. One of my least favorite fucking movie experiences of the year.
Okay.
I thought it was okay. I liked the kids, and I was rooting that they'll be okay. And the lore they add to the undead stuff, that was kind of cool. Well, that's a spoiler. Don't do that. But I get where Todd and Kruger are coming from, because I can see this waning, because like Dan said, we've seen this done before, and we've seen it done way better.
I knew it wasn't in for a good time when Dan told me you can probably watch this in the background and be okay. I didn't do it, but he told me that, so I kind of do.
It's fine. One time watch. I think it's better than average, but it's not going to impress a lot of people. So that's good.
Yeah, no, it is not one you'll remember 2 weeks from now, no doubt. That's all I got to say about it. Let's just rate this one.
Okay, let's rate it. Move along.
I am a 2.5. It's a decent enough one-time watch.
I'm exactly with Dan. I'm directly in the middle. Didn't do anything offensively. I just don't care. It's 2.5.
I'm offended. 1 star.
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. I did like it.
You're above average. All right.
Yeah. The kids won me over, especially little dude seemed like he had like Asperger's or
I can't stand fucking zombie movies, man. Let me tell you.
You have burnout. Man. That's the same way I feel fucking anthologies.
28 years later, it'll get you
Freaky
back.
Tales just went on sale. I can't wait. Technically, it's an action movie, so
Okay.
I think it's more Pulp Fiction than a true anthology. The way
that's
it looks
cool.
Like. But I'll tell you, don't worry, because I'm already going to be there first showing.
All right. So up next, currently streaming on Hulu, we have from writer-director Shal. How do you say that? NG.
Say it with confidence, Dan. No one will know now. So
Shal Nago, control freak. And in this film, a motivational speaker is tormented by an unrelenting itch on the back of her head. Pretty simple.
Tag me in, dude. Tag me in.
Go for it, Kruger.
This movie kicked my ass.
Okay.
It's not perfect by any means. It's very slow as fuck, especially towards the middle. But I felt for this main character and her relationship with her mother. This is very much like a take on just like mental health being passed on through generations. That also doubles as a body horror movie, so it's kind of like perfect for me. The ending was satisfying. The creature I thought was fucking awesome as fuck looking. Also a mixture of practical and CGI effects, but there's plenty of practical there. I loved it. I thought it was like a really, really solid movie. Now, I will say I'm not going to give it the highest rating because it drags so much, but I believe the beginning and then the end are fucking super strong. The middle, it just it drags a little bit too much, but I left satisfied. I think it probably would have been a better short, but at the end of the day, fucking some decent body horror in here. And also it had that kid from Daniel Isn't Real that I haven't seen in a while. And I was just happy to see him in another horror film. He's always awesome anytime he's on screen. I kind of dug his character because he's like this young kid hidden this, he's hidden this older woman that's fucking super successful, kind of living my dream. So
need to bang a motivational speaker.
Yeah, right.
There you go. I'll go.
I think if they would have cut like 15 minutes out of the middle and timed it so it was 90 minutes, it would have improved the pace, I think.
Yeah, I think it runs like an hour 40 something, and it's an
hour 44. Cut out 15, 89 minutes. Come on.
Yeah.
You got to be good now. If you crack 90 minutes, you better make that extra 15 minutes worth it. So if you're dragging a little in the middle, you're going to hear about it now.
Yeah, it's sometimes that 10 or 15 minutes makes a difference. It really does. So yeah, I did enjoy this one. I know Kelly Marie Tran, who plays our lead Val in this. I know she's on one of the Star Wars things.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're supposed to hate her, Dan. You're middle-aged white
Well,
community.
no, I
like,
actually I hate that character in Star Wars. She ruined Star Wars.
Okay.
Yes.
Fucking bitch.
Go ahead, talk to Pugs, Todd.
Well, he's
I
not the
fucking hate
actual demographic for it. It's normally Dan. so.
Lecture Pugs.
You can check my old Facebook post.
Oh, I
I
remember.
tore her a new one.
Everyone did. Remember, she disappeared from social media.
She should have stayed gone.
This is
Well-
another one. Body horror, generational trauma, a lot of things that tend to hit nowadays. I thought let's just say the creature design I thought was really good. Some good moments of uncomfortable gore, not like over the top gore so much, but just her scratching and then reaching into the hole in her head and everything. I thought
Yeah, that shit was gross.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job of having
finger
growth.
a hitter. That was awesome.
Yeah,
You
It's not
related
too-
to that having holes in your body all the time too, I'm sure.
I was fingering this one.
not too over the top. It actually reminded me of Hellraiser, just the bugs are under my skin kind of mattress moment. I thought that was cool. Yeah, not a gore fest or anything. I don't want to give that impression. I will say I like Kelly Marie Tran quite a bit as an actress. The character, not the most likable person. Like, it's I think she plays it authentically. She felt real. Just as a protagonist, I don't know if I was rooting for her as much as I could be. But overall, I enjoyed this. I think it's a very solid body horror flick, and would have really, again, benefited from losing 15 minutes. We all talk about that like every week, it seems. Where
I feel like I gotta apologize to Dan because not only has he gone the opposite, he's probably the only Kelly Marie Tran fan in the world. I've never heard anyone say I'm a fan of her.
I thought she
Dan,
was
I apologize.
Now again,
You're
the
now officially the head
character.
of her fan club, 'cause I think you're the only member.
Get woke, Todd. I thought that the character was like very. Again, there were some unlikable qualities about her. I think most of these
It's her
motivational
face.
speakers are full of shit. So it's like I'm not really able to root for that type of person. But yeah, I mean the
Their
puking up.
followers
of
are
the-
worse.
It's all the same thing too. It's like if you've ever read one book, it's like it's the same fucking thing. It's like, well, but hey, if it helps
It's just
people, it helps.
religion you can get money off of. It's just all hard-hearted.
Miss
Yeah.
Cleo.
Well,
Oh,
that's
no.
different. That's just a straight up scam artist.
But no, I did enjoy this. I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's there's just a couple little things that hold it back from being exceptional, but I'd say it was pretty solid. Hulu is once in a while they'll throw you a surprise, and this is at least close to that. I think it's worth watching. Yeah.
I can co-sign that. I think it's worth watching too. I hate her in Star Wars, so like it didn't help me seeing her face in here.
Which
I
Star
don't
Wars
like her.
is she on?
She's in the second trilogy, and her name's Rose. And I wish she would have died instead of her sister. Fucking hate her. Anyway, yeah, I don't get me going.
Yeah, a lot of people blame her for the second one.
It's not just her.
The
fault,
best
but
of the
she's
trilogy, by the way.
fucking, you're insane.
So she was movie, not
yeah.
Oh no, she was.
show.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Sorry, I don't want to get you started. We'll move along.
It's fine. This movie, however, is good. Very uncomfortable, very gross, uneasy. I agree with everybody here. It's a little too long, but I do think the journey is worth the destination where we got, because that full circle thing was pretty cool. Everybody acted their balls off, so I can't shit on that part. It's just a little long, and I don't like the lead, so whatever. It's good though. But if you have Hulu, I'd say
Did you pop for what the demon looks like?
yeah, it's cool shit.
Yeah, I thought that shit was really cool.
The buzzsaw scene, everything. Like,
Yeah.
it hits you with
Yeah, I was laughing inappropriately.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Let's rate it. Dan, what do you give it?
I give this one a 3.5. Like I said, tweak a couple things. It could have been a lot more, but it's well worth the watch.
Co-sign right there.
Yeah, I'm a 3.5 also.
I am a
Fuck.
3 out of 5.
Wow. Different casting would have got you probably.
Probably. JG Michaels asked, so if I hate Star Wars, will I like this actress? I'd have no idea.
Well, it depends if you.
I haven't watched those movies. It didn't affect me.
Yeah, you'd have to. You wouldn't have to hate Star
God
Wars. You'd
damn
have to hate The Last Jedi and her in particular. So if you just hate Star Wars and never seen them, you'll be fine.
There you go.
Hope that answered your question.
There
All
you
right, now we're gonna go back. Well, way back,
go. 30 years.
95.
So
You know, Eazy-E
Not-
was a huge horror fan. If you did not know that, if you listen, he uses a lot of samples. Like he was a Laserdisc collector also. So there was like he pulled samples from like Child's Play 3 to put in like his tracks. So
That's rad.
Chucky's gonna be a bro. Is that in there?
yeah, if it wouldn't have been for the whole Dre thing, his next album, Temporary Insanity, he was wearing straight jackets. He had like the Friday the 13th 5 hockey mask, the one from the cover. He was doing more devil weird shit, but then it's on Dre, and then everything changed.
Tech 9 before Tech 9, badass.
Yeah, basically. All right.
Do you like
All
Tech
right.
Nine at all, Todd?
I do
So-
up until he like stopped. Like when he stopped being, I don't want to say emotional, but when it wasn't about the issues in his life he was dealing with and just became music, I didn't care.
Yeah.
So basically
I
everything
get what you
after Killer, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
like.
mean. I get what you
There's some good shit after that, sir.
There's some good songs, but Killer is like the best of that. Like there's stuff later on some of the other ones like Crazy Love and some other stuff. But overall, yeah. It's just like my favorite era of Lynch is when it's like all the fucked up shit in his head. And not even really the gangster part or the sick mate shit, but it's like the Lynch by Inch era Suicide Note, which there you go, kind of, yeah. So
sweet.
all right.
All
there
right.
we go.
So let's
95.
travel back to 1995.
First
That's
time
Todd.
watch.
Huh.
First time watch for Todd. Yes, couple, I guess. And
And me too.
so all right, well, we'll get a couple opinions on it. 95, Todd was busy getting laid, or at least
Or
attempting
attempting
to get laid.
Not-
And I wasn't born yet.
Young
Yeah, that's right.
Dan.
yeah, there's a
was-
lot of movies in 95 that are like going to be like,
Yeah.
I didn't have time to watch the Rumpelstiltskins, and sorry, Rumpelstiltskin, not
Dude,
necessarily
this
the penny
movie-
droppers.
Well, young Dan was perusing the video stores, and this was a staple.
Well, can I say something? Fucking growing up, I had seen this movie on the shelf so many fucking
The
times.
cover.
And like I just never fucking went and got it. Yeah, the cover is like iconic to me.
Yeah.
I
Everybody.
think I even own it on DVD and just never watched it. There is I'll be honest, there is a chance I could have watched it while hammered, but I had zero memory of it if I did.
JG Michael just had the same experience. It was the first time watch for me too recently. I watched it drunk, as good as God intended.
So I'll tell you about it, though, from director Mark Jones, director also of Leprechaun. And in this film, Rumpelstiltskin, the wish of a young widow to see her police officer husband kill on a duty frees a demonic creature who wants to claim the soul of her baby. So Rumpelstiltskin, again, in the 90s, this was just a big staple. I'll give a little bit of history on it, but first I got to show off. I'm a big enough nerd, and I don't do as many gimmicks anymore, but I did for this. I got doesn't show very well. I got the glasses and all the swag, the bumper sticker. I got the
Oh no shit! Hold on. Pull up that bumper sticker again.
No.
Ride or Die. It's actually one of the cooler things. They got a bib, keep me away from Rumpelstiltskin.
It's pretty great.
We'll
Did you
have to
steal
have
it off a baby?
build just all
Dan
these
wears it over his beard to keep it clean.
Oh,
postcard, bookmark.
that's cool.
You got a couple different books. Slowly going through it here. I know there's other videos showing all this stuff off.
No,
so
go for it. I haven't seen it
yeah.
all.
going fast. Another book there.
I don't know. We had an aficionado here. Right the fuck on, Dan.
I grew up on this movie. I love this movie. Well, spoiler alert, but I'm not going to open it up, but it's got the fuck if me on the t-shirt, the cool little quote. And of course, this beautiful new set from Terror Vision.
Now open it up, please.
Okay.
There we go.
And it's also got a poster in there with the classic art. Another booklet with more essays about the movie. And of course, you got
and
that art and the
the
classic art there.
And this is the one thing that this has reversible art. The other release doesn't. It only has the theatrical art on the slip cover, and on the inside it has the reversible art.
Ooh,
so it's like the opposite. But I went the other way.
Yeah. So I grew up on this movie. Sorry, trying to put all my stuff away here. I grew up on this movie. It was just something that was kind of always there. As you can imagine, as a younger kid, you see that artwork and you're enthralled. Max Grodenchik, who plays Rumpelstiltskin, I also grew up with on Deep Space Nine. He played Quark's brother Rom. And he's very good in this. This is a movie that, quite frankly, I think it's better than the original Leprechaun for sure.
Original Leprechaun isn't that good.
I like the original.
I love the original Leprechaun, but I recognize that it didn't know what it was yet.
Yeah,
two is the best one, but like
correct.
3 is the best.
I'm 3 also.
Which is
3's Vegas.
Okay, 3. I'm gonna have to go with.
Two's got the pot of gold kill.
Mm.
It
where it goes in the stomach. That's what fucked me up as a kid. That scared me.
I get that. I love them all. I mean, except Origins. But
yeah, that was.
Take that, Dinklage. See what happens when you cast. Doesn't always work out so good, huh?
Hey, we haven't seen Toxie yet.
Well, no, I was just because that was a Seven Dwarfs throw comment.
Yeah. I forgot you guys you guys did that last night.
Yeah. I was just making fun of.
Dino De Laurentiis funds this movie. It did have a theatrical. I mean, this is one most people think of as
I thought
it had a limited theatrical. It's 3 times more expensive than Leprechaun, and it shows. I think the Kevin Yeager makeup on Rumpelstiltskin is amazing. I think they did a great job, and this movie really knows what it is. Much larger scale movie than I think you'd expect if you haven't watched it. Some great action
fucking duel.
Yeah. So he discovers modern technology. This was the same director of photography, Douglas Milsom, who did Full Metal Jacket. So there's a lot of talent behind the camera.
Kubrick approval. Not bad.
Yeah. It's just fun. Not scary for a second, but it's just a really just good time. It's a ride, and I think it holds up. Obviously, I've got the nostalgia for it. We got 2 first-time watch here tonight, so I'm kind of curious to tag you in and see what you think. I think the movie's a fucking blast, and it looks gorgeous on this 4K.
I agree. It looks great.
I'll go before the new people. I'm with Dan. I'm not as hard as Dan is currently, but I do think it's awesome because I didn't see it in '95. I probably saw it around '98 or I thought it was direct to video.
Well, let's be honest. That '96 theatrical release was just to be able to say to retailers they had a '96 theatrical release.
Okay,
it wasn't like it was extremely limited.
Did you know they tried to hit it with an X rating because of just that one shot of the cop getting shot in the back of the head? Or not the cop, I think it was the carjacker.
Yeah, the other guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's essentially DTV, but not because that was a thing in the 90s. If you were able to throw that in the order book, this had a theatrical release, we better order more copies.
Okay. Yeah, well, the cover always stood out, like Kruger mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
So when I've seen this a couple of times, and it's good every time. My enjoyment of it has never waned. It's just the way he moves, everything about it. It's just fun. It's comfort.
His
So
one-liners are good.
Yeah, I fucking love
Make another one with the baby.
And then like he always reminded me of Green Goblin, so that was helping my nerd size, too.
Right?
Nerd side.
I can
so,
see that. Totally.
Yeah, so I dug it. I dug it then. I dug it now. I'm big fan. Yeah.
Well,
Either one of you gentlemen.
Go for it, Kruger.
I liked it. Not completely in love with it like you guys are, but I had enough fun. My biggest issue, I think, is just I don't know, kind of got a little repetitive. I feel like at times. We literally have like fucking 3, 4, maybe 5 car chases.
Yeah,
I'm just
They're
like,
all awesome though.
Duel.
no, but like,
Terminator, they rip off a little bit.
okay, but with a movie about Rumpelstiltskin, I wasn't expecting like car chase movie, but I did have fun with it. It is way higher budget than I was expecting. There's a shit ton of explosions and crazy shit going on. The effects, especially for like the time period, it's a little bit more gory than I was expecting it to be. Granted, it's not gore fest or anything like that, but you get severed heads and eyeballs popping out, stuff like that, that you just really didn't get a ton of at that period of fucking horror. So I was not
Rumple overboard's a girl too.
Yeah. So overall, I'm glad I watched it finally. I'd watch it again for sure, and I'd recommend it if you like the Leprechaun movies, because it's in the same spirit for sure.
Don't you wish this had a holiday?
Dude, why didn't we get fucking Leprechaun versus Rumpelstiltskin? That would be awesome.
Movies were big back then.
Mark Jones actually he ended up
both?
just producing Leprechaun 2 so he could go and make this. And yeah, it's pretty wild. I mean, it did get apparently 230 theaters. So, I mean, not a major release.
No,
but
that's still more. Well, to put it in perspective, House of a Thousand Corpses only got 595.
yeah.
So,
Yeah,
which is a
so
small release.
yeah, and
But that is more than they normally do for those, just to get that extra theatrical release.
when you look at it, it's like, I mean, again, we're in the 90s, so there was a lot of stuff that wasn't getting the treatment it should have. It's a shame because I could have seen a lot of fun shit with this character, and Max Grodenchik is great. He nails the tone perfectly, and yeah, I'm a little surprised we didn't get a whole bunch of these. It's one of those movies, like, once they actually announce it for 4K, you realize, like, shit, I'm not the only one. A lot of people grew up with this movie.
I think the problem was the timing. It was a little too late for the 80s horror wave, and horror was in a dead spot. It was about to break out again.
But Scream, yeah.
Yeah, but even with then, I don't know if this was the right kind of film for that wave. But at least horror had eyes on it then, so it probably would have done a little better a couple of years later. So like timing, big thing, and I think that was just what hurt this one. Because first time watch, at least that I know of and that I was sober for. And I had a blast. I was like, fuck, I wish I would have watched this sooner. I mean, this is one of those that
Fun party movie.
Yeah, it's a good time, and it has that 90s feel. That overabundance of car chases feels like the 90s, but that's also why it bother me. Yeah, but it's also something we don't get real car chases anymore. And these were all real practical car chases.
It's a better action movie than a lot of modern action movies too.
And so, this was just a good throwback. I had a really good, it's not really a throwback because it's actually an old film. 30 years old. I think it looks great. I think it's a good time. Like I said, I wish I would have seen it sooner, and this will definitely be one I revisit. And I get what you mean. It does need a holiday for a reason to watch it.
Yeah. So, I think I would revisit it more often if it was around a holiday. Should make one up.
New Year's.
There you go.
There you
go. But it has that 90s Republic feel too, which I like. Like Witchboard 2 and like Demons, Night of the Demons 2, like that era, which is mid 90s. But I mean, it has that feel, and like the cast. It was obviously good to see Mark Holton pop up from Leprechaun, Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yeah, he gets his eyeball.
Casey. Yeah. So it was good to to see him pop up. But yeah, I had a good time with it. I'm glad I picked it up.
The 4K stack too, tons of extras. And
if I would have seen it before I had bought it, I might have got the one higher deluxe box that not all the swag stuff, but just the box versus I got the standard one, which I'm still happy with. No regret.
Yeah, they're fun little gimmicks.
I just don't
Kim Johnston Ulrich, who played Shelley in this film. It's funny, she was 40 at the time. She's 70 now and still looks gorgeous. She almost didn't get cast because Dino was like not too sure about the age, and but he let Mark Jones cast who he wanted. So
I was like, is that Skeet's mom?
Let's just go with that and just say yes.
And then Elise Beasley popped up, another 90s staple from horror. She's always popped up. Silent Night, Deadly Nights. I mean, most famous from Moonlighting, but I liked her post-B horror movie career too.
Yeah, I do like this one. This is kind of like one of those movies you're having a bad day, you can just put it on and it'll put a smile on your face. It always has been for me. And I think even if this is not your typical kind of movie, you might still sit down and watch it and think like, wow, that's better than I thought. And my God, way better than most modern B movies. So yeah, I love it. I love it. And this could be total nostalgia, but fuck it. 5 stars.
Okay, right on. I'm not a 5. I am a 4 out of 5.
Okay.
I'm a 3.
I'm a 4.5. I had a really good time with it.
There you go. There you go. So check it out. If you grew up on this one too, let us know in the comments. I think
Ben
Todd's
got the second tier box set too.
Gorgeous set.
Yeah.
That's what you got without all the swag, Dan.
Yeah. I probably didn't need all the swag. And I wish there was a little more room to put some of the extra booklets and shit in there, which it's like.
Yeah.
So the fucketh me, it came with it, or is that something you had before?
No.
Oh no, that's the shirt.
That's all came with it? Okay.
Yeah. I got the tap tier. I got excited.
I do remember you making that fucketh me joke and no one laughed, but is that how this came about? This was a long time ago.
Oh,
never mind.
Probably, yeah. It was a reference that you guys didn't.
Yeah, you got buttered. Yeah. Well, they hadn't seen it.
I don't know. I don't remember. I probably did.
No, Pugs remembers.
Yeah, I do.
All right. Did we rate it? Yeah, we did.
Yes.
We did.
So Todd, you want to rant?
Yeah, you got to rant, Todd.
Okay, yeah. So Patreon people got to wait. Let me just bump the time a couple minutes. Let me just do that real quick. Yeah.
Why do you hate women, Todd?
Because they don't fucking listen.
Well, I obviously don't, Dan. That's your gimmick, not mine. Okay, Pretty Woman. We've all known I've long had my issues with this film. It just
Pretty Woman.
Yeah, because it destroyed a generation of girls. Now they all think they can be whores, and then they'll still get Mr. Right. It's a whole fucking thing. But you know what I did realize? This is all more sinister than we ever imagined. Because it makes sense to me now.
Do you need a foil hat for this, Todd?
No, I don't. Because I believe I'm right. And tell me you're not. Because what that movie did was it taught girls that, and it lured them to Hollywood. And then that's when they got their hands. So it was more. It wasn't just a movie. They knew what they were doing.
It was bait.
It was a Hollywood 100%. Propaganda movie.
It was. And I know girls who drove to fucking Hollywood because of that fucking movie. So I think that's what the plan was all along.
Jesus.
Why are we hating on this? If that's the main goal. Todd's like, I'm going to reconsider.
Dan just drops the suck dick out of nowhere. Like,
I'm with it.
Just like you're watching that movie and it's like, well, you do realize like Julia Roberts was probably the reality is she was like sucking off a lot of Jason Alexander's.
Yeah. And
why are we
like
this?
it made whoring look so beautiful to them, and this is why they fucking and you know what? And then who got a hold of him? I'm not going to say anything ill about the man, but a certain producer might have got a hold of him. You know,
I'm surprised he
know.
never had Pretty Woman remade.
And okay, and yeah, I don't know. That's my rant. That's my theory, and I think that's what happened. I think it was all just to lure young girls to Hollywood, so the old Hollywood perverts could take advantage of them.
I mean, I don't disagree at all.
It didn't lure them there to be actresses, though, exactly. So,
Yeah, but you know what? It helped the porn industry too.
Yeah, I'm sure it probably did.
My question is why, knowing you, Todd, why are you so offended by this?
I know this is a flaw in my theory, and I understand that, but because you know what, I don't. It's because now you're gonna have to make me work on my theory more.
Damn.
I'm trying to remember what's new. I thought you told me most of this. Like
no, I didn't know, but I
the Hollywood side
the
of it.
luring the women to it was
okay.
Yeah, but what I am telling
it was a group
you
movie. That's what it was.
But this is up your wheelhouse. This is why Harvey
Well,
got his gimmick.
There is the gimmick, and then there's the reality. I am still a father, and I still don't want children to come to Hollywood and get thrown to that fucking horrible, horrible system that fucking eats them up and spits them out.
We
Unless
need
they
the
go in
A24 remake. Now, all right. So Ben brings up a Nora because I thought that was good.
Okay, yeah. The Nora comparison really bothers me because it's not.
She's not a streetwalker.
It doesn't damage. It's actually an accurate portrayal of what a dancer and someone who escorts does versus Pretty Woman, which is a fucking Hollywood bullshit version of what doesn't happen in whoring. It's not horror. Horror is an accurate depiction of whoring, of streetwalking. And that's why I think it's so damaging. But anyway, yeah, I don't like the pretty comparison. Like, I'll give you, maybe it's a modern Cinderella, which people have said about Pretty Woman. I can give you that, but I don't think the films are comparable in any way other than sex work.
I think Nora, and I will speak for, I think he's talked about it on the show, but I won't say his name just in case. But I do know a fellow podcaster who worked at the whatever the Bada Bing strip club from Sopranos is, and he talked about Nora and said like it's very authentic. Like he knows those girls. He knows a lot of those.
You can
girls.
watch Instagram and see those girls, Dan. It's not hard.
Yeah,
it's not hard to understand.
Now again, I realize it. Like ultimately, she's a hooker still technically, but it's not a streetwalker, so it is very different. And obviously, she's probably doing a lot better than your typical streetwalker. So, yeah, I love Nora. Pretty Woman is an entertaining movie, but it is bullshit.
J.G. Michael says, I think Pretty Woman did well because it was a fairy tale more generally for women who hated their fucking jobs or lives and fantasized about getting swept off their feet by Richard Gere.
Yeah, which is a fine movie to make if it's not about a fucking streetwalker. And then it's still an offensive movie. And probably did ruin a generation. Oh,
I want the alternate ending.
You guys are actually dealing with all this bullshit now in the dating scene.
Tell me about it, brother. Tell me.
They all have fucking
remind me to send you a couple of screenshods I fucking had
we
to
got
take last night.
Some good behind the scenes stuff later.
That's probably why I'm a dick.
Gotta be.
I don't blame you, dude. I'm getting
more
there.
Jason Alexander, less Richard Gere.
I don't think I could get her on the show, but I do have a friend.
The one that I accidentally called a whore? Or did the Pretty Woman story on? Oh.
Yeah,
that's you know.
she's the reality star / once upon a time hooker that Todd insulted because he didn't realize.
I didn't insult her. I insulted the film,
and if hooker.
And I wouldn't have cared either way because my point is still the same.
I would go Jason Alexander.
Todd goes. I didn't know Todd as well, and he just goes into full fire and brimstone mode.
Was that the first time I've gone full Todd mode too in your presence?
Probably. Fuck Pretty Woman. It just taught women that they would go to Hollywood.
Be a whore on the streets. Suck
your exact words were you'd actually be sucking like dicks for cheeseburgers and like all of this different. You went into a pretty epic rant, and I couldn't get a hold of you. this is blog talk era where we're just on the phone, and like, there's no way for me to really like, hey, Todd, she was a hooker, please stop. But no, I know her, but the lady I'm talking about was a nun and a hooker in LA. And different points of her
at
life.
the same point in time. Oh,
Not at the same
not
time.
as interesting.
Yeah.
But
Unless
It's
it
a
was
Miss 45.
Yeah.
but she would have been working around the time of Pretty Woman, so I always thought she'd be interesting to talk to about it. Don't think that's gonna happen, but maybe I'll get her take.
Hugh Grant was inspired by Pretty Woman.
He might have been just like
Mm.
Julia
The
Roberts.
wrong route.
That
He
might have been
was
the
on
20,
Figueroa
that
and
might have
not
been the
Hollywood Boulevard.
2025 remake. I'm just saying.
With Hugh Grant, why are you getting your dick sucked there? Like that would be my question.
Because he's Hugh Grant. And it's
Yeah,
just
but I
something
mean-
to do. It made it
Sometimes
feel
you don't
dirty.
want to hear fucking Elizabeth Hurley. Shut the fuck up and just suck my dick, whore. And then you go hit the streets.
Yeah, but I mean, like, at least go to a more like discreet location. He was
Hey,
getting
you
his
know what?
dick sucked,
Divine
like,
Brown got her money. Good for her. Good for her, girl.
yeah. Elizabeth
Wow.
Hurley, though, goddamn,
Oh my
like I
God.
think I'm good. Like, I don't think I need to.
That was a
great.
major downgrade, but he was tired of her shit, so I get it.
Elizabeth Hurley's still gorgeous.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah,
Kruger, you're saying something?
I was just gonna say we should have kept this for Patreon. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Yeah,
JG
well,
Michael Grant was with Liz Hurley? Yeah.
Yeah.
During that time. Which
At
is
the
why-
time when he stepped out on that to get that Streetwalker.
were they not together a little bit after that, or did that break
I mean,
them
for
up? Like,
publicity, probably, but yeah, they weren't that together much longer.
yeah.
It's a UK thing. Like you go to America and do American things. And you're just doing it right.
Yeah, but I would still think. I mean, like you would not get your dick sucked right there.
He's
where
from
the,
the
cop,
UK. He thought it'd be all right.
If I recall, the cop
Yep.
just like walks up and it's like, oh, that's Hugh Grant with his
Ben-
dick in this lady's mouth.
Ben Grimm is spitting some truth here. For every hot girl, there's a dude tired of her shit. Yeah.
This is true.
Or if they're lesbian, another chick is tired of her shit too. There was one meme that was funny. It's like when the first time a lesbian hits her girlfriend and she understands or something.
Jesus
along those lines.
Christ.
Okay, maybe that does deserve to get.
Holy fucking
Come
shit,
on.
guys.
All right, it's time for Patreon where we're uncensored. Okay, well we're warmed up now.
Yeah, more than fucking warmed up.
Yeah, Ben says wait, or not Ben. Sorry, JG says wait. You did a review of horror already and the sequel, right? Yeah, a couple weeks
Yes.
ago, not far.
For Valentine's Day, it was a special.
Yeah.
Oh yes,
wait
the
a minute.
Valentine's Day special. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, check that out. I think it's a good show. And shout out Haley if you're a lady. Sorry, you're
Yeah,
hopping in.
welcome
at
to
the
the party. Hope
show.
you were not a Pretty Woman fan.
Hopefully.
That's the wife of Street
the-
Rat Jimmy.
Oh,
who I beat
okay,
the shit
okay.
out of, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
Hopefully-
you guys aren't doing me any favors, guys.
Yes.
Kruger's a gentleman
Yes.
until that bell
That
rings.
was us.
then
We
you're
were ranting
fucked.
about.
We'll have him come out to the Pretty Woman theme. Just new
That would
gimmick.
be funny.
That would be funny.
There we go. She's good. I
there
hate
you go.
Pretty Woman.
You're good.
All right,
There
we're
you
good.
go.
You're good. We only have like 3 women that listen to us, so can't lose.
That's a
can't lose
stretch.
That's a stretch.
There's 3 that I know of at least. All right, guys. So we will be live next for Last Tournament on the Left on Patreon, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. It all starts at just $1. We don't do super chats because, well, we got to.
You just saw why.
Hugh Grant getting his dick sucked. You know, they just kind of not a super chat kind of show.
You're
So-
talking about a lot of dick sucking tonight, Dan.
Well,
wait
he
till we
got
get
his
there.
dick sucked.
Well, next show, full penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
full
shit.
penetration on the
Yeah.
end of the story. I believe.
And I'm just gonna say, I'm going to tell. I told you guys yesterday if you were watching. I don't know you guys know. I'm going to tell a story on Patreon that will make this episode. It'll make it so the Last Tournament can never come out because I can never tell this story on the main channel ever.
Awesome.
So it's a perfect. It's it's the last episode. I figure it's a good one.
Okay.
That's my
All
team.
right. Well,
Spend
we'll
your
be
dollar. Go join it.
we'll be live over there in just a few minutes, and Yeah, be sure to listen to last night's show. We've had 2 big shows this week.
You can hear Dan give the new Snow White a 5 out of 5.
Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Dan. Didn't mean to
I love that fish-headed bitch. She's just I can't get enough of her. So yeah, patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. We will see you over there.
All right.
Good night.
Good evening. No, wait,
Whatever.
no, fuck that. Sorry. My bad. I botched. Money's on the dresser, horse.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
I'll see you in Disneyland.